Hey, what's up you guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Episode number 246. Now, what I should just let you know at the very start of this episode is that I have woken up with a bit of a cold, so I'm not feeling great. So if it's a bit of a spluttery episode or I look worse than normal, which I don't know if it's possible, then yeah, just bear with me whilst I try and get my throat and nasal system back to good health over the next few days. Guys, you know what my team's looking like. I switched it up a little bit because I won't show much of it, but I played like 4 squad battles games because there's a weekly objective where if you get assists with English players, 15 assists with English players on world-class difficulty, then you can unlock yourself an 88 rated TOTS Declan Rice, which I definitely wanted to get. So I actually made use, I didn't really have many English players, so I made use of a lone Raheem the Dream Sterling, player of the year, so a decent player, but just effectively get it out wide, cross it in. It's just against the computer, so don't feel too bad about it. But yeah, get your assist with English players and unlock yourself a free 88 rated TOTS Declan Rice, who looks alright. I don't know if he's super usable just because I mean, I wonder what he'd go up to if you stuck an engine on him. Could be alright-ish. 80 pace, 78 dribbling, 82 passing, not amazing. Obviously, the defending and physical stats do look very, very good. So you don't necessarily need to boost them, but I don't think he's going to be making my starting 11 anytime soon. But definitely a welcome addition to the club, and we can add another TOTS to it. So what I've done is I've stuck Alderweireld out on the other side. Willing to get rid of all of these that you can see there, and Alderweireld, like, if I desperately have to, then I'll get rid of him. But I kind of like him. I kind of want to keep him, you know. So a few gold things sold. We're at 90,000 coins right now. You know, we've had better, we've had worse. And it's time to go into the rest of FUT Champs. Now, guys, do me a massive favour. Hit that thumbs up button today if you do enjoy this video. If we can hit anywhere near 2,000 likes, that would be amazing. We are at 10 wins after 12 games. So only lost 2 so far. Looking pretty good. As we go into our first match then, our opponent has a very nice team. I could tell that obviously he was going to be looking to substitute out that right winger for someone. I think it was Ibra, the player that he brought on in the end. So obviously not too shabby and lots of very good players, which could definitely make this a tough game. But I kind of dominated the first half. And I got one trash goal, but it is what it is. It's the weekend league, you know. So we scored our goal, and then we play this through early doors in the second half, score a banging volley with Cristiano Ronaldo. So that is 2-0, and I felt a little bit more comfortable at that point. You know, it was a good volley. He had kickoff, and we scored like a minute and a half after second half kickoff. So we basically won the ball and then counter-attacked, and that was enough to actually make him quit, which I was very surprised about, especially after I'd seen that team. I was like, there's no way I'm getting a win here, let alone a rage quit win. So I'll definitely take that. And we move up to 11 wins. Solid start. We are 11-2 right now. Moving on to our next match, we have a very colourful squad, lots of different TOTS items in there. He's got TOTS Declan Rice, he's got TOTS Luca Dean, he's got Digne, however you pronounce it, and it is that man that whips the ball in, and Valencia just knocks it back to Jamie Vardy, and he scores one of his only opportunities of the first half. Me, on the other hand, I'd completely dominated this first half, and you'll see at half time. I mean, I get an equaliser fairly quick, which is obviously a bit of luck, but I'd had 17 attempts on goal in the first half, only managed to score once, and he'd had 2 shots, 1 on target, and managed to score. And would you Adam and Eve it? He gets a free kick and plays it short to Vardy, who hits it green, to be fair, and it goes in the back of the net. And it took a pretty dirty goal from me, like getting on to the latter stages of the game to fully get back into this one. But then this happens. So I press and hold X or square to clear the ball, but it's not in that mode. Apparently it's in slide tackle mode, even though I should have been in possession. So, yeah, we give a penalty away. Vardy scores it to get his hat-trick, and we are 3-2 down, and we lose 3-2 in a game which I completely and utterly dominated. So, that was a frustrating one. Like, sometimes that happens. And as frustrating as it was, I think I was more laughing at the time, just because I was like, okay, that's that one win in the weekend league where you're just like, I don't know what happened here. So we move on. This guy's got red 88 Allison. He's got red 90 Aguero. TOTS Sissoko, who proves to be a very difficult player to play against, always when I come up against him, to the point where I've thought about maybe buying him for myself, just because he'd be good, right? Like, his stats don't look that amazing. But with a dribbling attribute added, with a defensive attribute added, I feel like he could be pretty good. He seems very solid when I come up against him. And it is his marking stat, which I think is the bad one. Everything else about him in defensive category is brilliant. So it's the marking stat which really brings it down, which I worried was maybe a very important stat, but considering how often I've come up against him now and he's been great, it slightly lessens my worry. But we go 2-0 up in this match, and then we get through with Ronaldinho, hit a green time finesse, just open up the body there to get it at the far post, and it goes in surprisingly. Actually, I thought the goalkeeper would probably save that one, and then he stopped playing and literally wasted loads of time. To the point where, like, he wasn't even touching the ball, but he was obviously flicking it every now and again so that he didn't get booted from the game. I guess he wanted his rank points for rivals, which is fair enough. But the 3 pauses at the very end of the game just to waste an extra bit of time is just screams of saltiness, in my opinion. So, GG's, but yeah, there'll be a point in life where you'll probably regret that you wasted 10 minutes of your time there. But hey, we are 12-3, moving up in the weekend league into the next game, and I could sort of dissect this guy's team and be like, you know what, he got Declan Rice and Luca Digne, he's done the objectives, and then he probably got that John Stones in his community TOTS pack. So before last week, his team was probably very average, meaning that maybe he's not the greatest of players. I don't know. He could be a good player just with an average team, unfortunately. But I go 1-0 up, and then I win it back with Aubameyang here, play it across to Ronaldo, back of the net. 22 minutes on the clock. We're going to get a rage quit right now, which is obviously feels good, bro. We'll definitely take that. And that pushes us up to what? I can't remember what we are. Is that 13? That's up to 13. 13-3. That's good for me. It's been a few weeks since I've had results like that. Another player that has Declan Rice. Everyone's got this Declan Rice. Obviously, he's simple to attain, but that doesn't bother me too much because I don't think he's that good. He's an upgrade on a lot of people's defensive midfielders, and that's exactly what I feel like the objective players should be. Not super hard to attain, but more not super meta or super great, because then everyone will have him, and that's not really how it should be. So, weirdly, after I'd had 2 attempts on goal and a very even match, I get rage quit on after I go 1-0 up. So sometimes, yeah, we've had a little bit of a slice of luck this weekend. You know, that second game in the weekend league where someone put it into their own net and just quit and gifted me a win, like and a 1-0 rage quit when we're at like a decent set of form seems very, very unlike the weekend league. So maybe there are just some people in it that don't normally play the weekend league that are using that free 2,000 points that everyone got gifted a couple of weeks ago, and they were very close to the end of their weekend league, super stressed out, and that forces rage quits more often. I don't know, but we're 2-0 up in this game in 10 minutes, and I felt so confident, overconfident in fact, that when you see what happens, you'll be like, oh, Lasty, wake up, mate. So we can see the kickoff goal straight from being 2-0 up, Royce scores, and then 13 minutes on the clock, so he wins it off the next kickoff and then goes forward and scores again, with this time with Ribery, and it's 2-2 at half-time, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I was way overconfident, and this was a very tight match. Could have gone either way. So the ball is with me in my opponent's half, 63 minutes on the clock. I turn in with Perisic and bang it. And that's going to be the difference in this match. So it wasn't, you know, a ball down the line and then crossing it in. It was actually a nice turn and a solid strike from Ivan Perisic that is the difference maker in this game. So we win 3-2, and that pushes us up, what, to 15? He was a FUT founder as well. He's, you know, probably played a fair bit of FIFA in his time. I always get nervous about playing FUT founders. I don't know about you guys, but if you think about it, they should really be a little bit worse, right? Because they're older now. They've played FUT since the beginning, so they've aged and the reactions have become worse. I don't know. That's how I feel about it anyway, but then again, I'm always so worried when I come up against one. So we're at 15-3 3 right now, and this guy takes a beautiful free kick. So he runs a couple of players over it, plays it short to Mbappe, who just drills it, who just drills a low-driven shot past the goalkeeper. Wasn't timed or anything, was just a very, very solid strike. So I'm 1-0 down and worried that this guy's got a good enough team to slap me up. And some nice play and a nice bit of running there from Aubameyang, and a solid strike gets me that 1-1 equaliser. 38 minutes on the clock then. Aubameyang plays it into Ronaldo, and I strike it first time with Ronaldinho with great success. I've done that a couple of times this weekend league. It feels like them and obviously the headers, so the first time strikes and the headers are obviously the very, very important things that work out very well. And then, so that's my technique for a corner, to get a headed goal when they move the goalkeeper. So when they move the goalkeeper from the corner, obviously it makes it very difficult to cross it in and score. But if you play it short, flick it up and then cross it in, the goalkeeper's typically moved back to his goal and they're not controlling him anymore. They're trying to defend, and that's obviously what really, really helps you out to get that headed goal. So I'm 16-3. So we're playing to goal 2, because that's going to give me the guaranteed Premier League TOTS player. And this guy's got a well solid team with obviously a red 94 Eden Hazard. And it is that Hazard which rises higher than anyone, apparently. A very well lofted cross from George Best. And then when Aguero bangs that one in 25 minutes on the clock, I'm like, you know what? I've got so many games left and I need one more win that I'll happily just quit that one. Let that guy have the win and move on. Hopefully we can find an opponent who's a little bit more on our level, because I would say he was way above us. Next game then, very solid team again. Again, this was a subscriber. I had messages afterwards on this one, so GG's to you in advance, bro, or from in the past. I don't know, but yeah, I'm assuming that you're probably watching this video. And that was a very lucky goal that you got there. I don't know how you slotted that one in at that angle, but fair play. But I pushed on, tried to get a goal back in this match, and we hit one of those first-time driven strikes with Ronaldinho again, and that worked out for us. So there's our equalising goal, and look how close this match is at half-time. You could say that my opponent has just about had a better half with 2% more possession and a couple of his shots more on target and stuff, but I gift him a penalty in the 50th minute. On the turn with Gareth Bale, I make a mistake with Aurier, and yeah, fair enough, it's a penalty, and fair enough, he sent me the wrong way. So 2-1 to my opponent. I want to try and get back in this match though, and Ronaldo plays it out to Ibra, and that's terrible defending, unfortunately, from his Van Dijk. And when he moves that goalkeeper a little bit and opens up the finesse for me at the near post, I just take the opportunity with Zlatan and we get the goal. And then look at that for Route 1 football. We whip it into the box. Aubameyang nearly wins the header. It drops to Ronaldinho. Such unfortunate times for his defenders there, like for the last 2 goals. That puts me in the lead, but it just doesn't last very long. I really struggled with how good this guy was at dribbling and like first time passes. I could hardly get near him. It was a real close game, which has gone to extra time, and the difference maker in this match is going to be right here. He picks the ball up, flicks it, and volleys it with what I think is the weak foot of Delaney, but I don't know. I just figured he's right-footed, as most players are. But he could be strong foot, left foot, right? There's potential there. And then Ibra slots one in as I go ultra attacking to try and get back into this game. And that's that. So yeah, like just super clinical finishing in extra time from this guy. So GG, bro. I appreciate the match. Don't appreciate you winning. Next time, just let me win, please. Thank you. That would have been my 17th win. I would have stopped stressing. I could have gone off and edited more videos, and there'd have been more content, you know. So just bear that in mind. No, I'm kidding, of course, GG. And I'm glad that that pushes you up another win in the weekend league. We've got so many games left that, of course, we'll get a win at some point in time. My opponent has a very strong squad in the next one then. However, a nice bit of play from Pogba, just like biding his time to then play it through to Ronaldo to get that strike in. That's 1-0 after 12 minutes. But my opponent gets back into it with a first-time strike there from Zola. Really nice one-touch pass in between his players and a good strike from the Italian. And at half-time, this game was very even as well. Struggled a lot to get the ball off this guy. His passing accuracy was insane. And then we get another one of those attempts where he moves the goalkeeper from the corner, and it just allows me to do the flick-up cross thing and score with Van Dijk, rather than just whipping it in and trying to score from with Van Dijk. But that's all she wrote. We actually get a win here, 2-1. And that pushes us up to our 17 wins. So we did it, guys. We've done it. We've got ourselves a guaranteed Premier League team of the season. Now, I don't know quite how it works. Are they going to be red? Are they going to be blue? Is it going to be... So I think Gold 2 offers you 2 player picks, but there's 4 players that pop up. Is one of those packs going to have 4 Prem players, or just guaranteed 1 Prem player out of the 4? I don't know how it's going to work, but I guess we'll find out in the coming days when rewards comes out. But yeah, guys, Aubameyang is at like 754 contributions in 600 and something matches, and he only plays like 60 minutes of the game. What a beast. I love him. Ronaldo's at 40 contributions in 41 games, which is interesting. And then Ronaldinho is at 118 contributions in 106 games. He had a really good weekend league for me. Van Dijk had an amazing weekend league. Ronaldinho had a great weekend league, and so did Aubameyang. Ronaldo was good. Is he necessarily a game changer? I've said he is in the past, but maybe I don't think so much anymore. So we're probably going to be saying goodbye for the final time to Cristiano Ronaldo at the start of the next episode, as we look to bring in more blue players and more relevant players than just a gold Ronaldo. And hopefully we'll just go TOTS and stuff from now on. So guys, do me a massive favor, hit that thumbs up button. Apologies for like maybe a little bit muffled commentary and just like overly sweaty, disgusting mess of a person. I just feel so bad and ill right now, and I hopefully get over that in the next couple of days so that I feel fresh again to make these videos as top notch as they can be. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Insta and Twitter. Those have all been popping off lately, so I appreciate that. Have a great day, everyone. Hope you're doing well, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.